Hello, Nettie Owens here with Sapari Solutions, creator of the Take Control system, and I'm coming to you today with your tip of the day. We'll see what we come up with here today to talk about. So, just flip through and pick one. Ooh, very good. I know we've talked about this before, but it just keeps coming up, and apparently a lot of folks have questions on it, and it's a really good one for today. So today's tip of the day is going to be about distractions from others or from myself. It's really easy to be distracted and to be focused on the small things, and I can absolutely speak from experience because right before this video I was dealing with a lot of family things coming up, and that may be the same for you, and it may not be, since I work from home, it may not be family things that are coming up. You may be distractions in your office, whether that's phone calls coming in, emails coming in, individuals coming in. It's not uncommon these days to have an open office plan, which sounds great in theory for collaboration, but our minds aren't wired that way. So every time something pops up, a phone rings, an email comes in, a person pops their head in the door and says, hey, do you have a minute? It completely derails your train of thought, and you end up taking more time. This is why multitasking doesn't work, because it takes more time every time you have to get back into an activity. So how do you cut out the distractions? One of the ways is to block out time. Block out time for thought work, and block out time for time that you are available to be distracted. So if you have thought work, that's pretty easy, right? You say, listen, the phone's off, the email's off, the door is shut, and you focus only on the task at hand. And this is great for when you're trying to do creative work or big projects, things like that. Working in 20-minute increments and taking a 1 to 5 minute break every 20 minutes for productive rest, which I've talked about in other videos and I can talk about again later. But your distracted time when you're just available to be distracted, this is when you focus on things like filing or maybe even answering emails, stuff that doesn't take your full focus and you can switch back and forth to pretty easily. That's the time when you leave the door open and you say, yes, I'm here and available for office hours. You can put that aside and fully focus on whoever comes in. You can accept phone calls. You can accept emails that are coming in. But also consider batching your emails so that you check your email potentially once in the morning and once in the afternoon, or maybe just once a day where you work on email for an hour and deal with it at just that time. Hi Jen, thanks for popping on here. So I was talking about batching email as a way to reduce distractions. You can also batch your phone calls and let them go to voicemail and then return them all during the same period once a day, or have this, if you're a small business owner or if you are a manager, it may be a task that you delegate to receive and respond to phone calls. There are ways to reduce distractions, especially if we realize that we don't necessarily have to be the ones to handle that particular task. So what I would encourage you to do is, for a period of time, maybe 5 days, which is perfect, a nice work week, I want you to go through and write down the things that interrupt your day so that you can start coming up with a plan to group those things together, or find a way to delegate parts of them, or even just, this may be a good time to say, I don't need that particular task on my plate anymore. I hope these tips are helping you this morning. I'm Nettie Owens with Sapari Solutions, helping you create an environment that supports who you are, what you're doing, and where you're going. If you love these tips, please subscribe on the YouTube channel and you'll get them delivered right to your mailbox. Otherwise, pop on to Sapari Solutions on Facebook and you'll see them there. And I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Bye.